Give it to me like.
J'adore. Ben moi j'aime pas.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Kevin. I'm going to buy myself a sandwich, and since I'm babysitting my nephews and nieces, I just left them at home. Well, they're grown-ups, they're 12 years old. They want some snacks, and since I'm the cool uncle, just gonna buy that. Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, I'm Kevin, and you can call me Loulou. Welcome back to my channel, guys. If you're new here, I love fashion, I love politics, I love culture, I love cinema, I love art. And I'm a student in law. Voila, I live in Belgium, Brussels, and today we're gonna talk about Crystal LABEIJA. Yes. So today the title of the video is called Crystal LABEIJA. Who is Crystal LABEIJA? Crystal LABEIJA is a black transgender woman from New York. She used to do pageant and drag in New York. Basically how it started, she was doing pageant, and she was not winning, and she was a black woman, so she was not really accepted in the circle, and she was fierce, so she felt that nobody was taking her seriously. So what happened? She decided to create her own ballroom, you know, where people could meet on Friday night, Saturday nights, during the weekend, and put some makeup on, dresses, gowns, and dance all night. And she definitely was the pioneer of the ballroom, the voguing, and it's actually Latino who called her LABEIJA, because her original name, I think it was Crystal LABEIJA. So she switched it up to LABEIJA. I find it so funny. I like the name. And it's really about that. And I wanted to talk about this because we don't talk often about how the LGBTQ community started, and who are the people who fought for her liberty, her rights, everything and in between, because as a LGBTQ member today in 2022, we have more rights. Of course, I live in Europe, I live in Belgium, so I get to have a little bit more rights than for someone who's in Iran or in Africa, or anybody like in countries that don't accept LGBTQ community members, whether you black, whether you gay, lesbian, transgender, pansexual, bisexual, asexual, and more. And I really wanted to talk about the impact that those people have had in my present day. Those people were the pioneer. I mean, she created the House of LaBeIJA, Crystal LABEIJA, but you had other houses such as House of Extravaganza, House of Dior, House of Dupre, and those houses, so they were getting ready Friday nights. Each one of them were getting dressed, and they were competing to see who has the best dress, who can sing, or who can lip sync, who can dance. The Vogueing was born there, and I think that it's so beautiful that I actually I feel like I have to be interested. I must be interested, and I am actually interested about that kind of stories, and I want to get more information about them because I'm definitely grateful for these people for many reasons. They have shaped our lives today because of them, because they didn't back down. They were reckoned force, and they didn't just step back, because a lot of time they were arrested, they were taken down, they were taken to jails, but they fought because they were like, we're different but we're beautiful, we're different but we want to exist, we're different but we have the energy and desire to be here and to show ourselves. And I'm so grateful for that. And one TV show that is a representation of that is Pose. Pose, which I love, by the way, which is like one of my favorite TV show of all time. This TV show talks about how much unfortunately these people had to fight discrimination, harassment. They were getting arrested as well. It's just such a beautiful journey, because they fought back. They didn't step back. They fought back. They gathered together and they fought that they fought that inconvenience story, you know. They felt like they wanted to be heroes and not victims, which I'm so grateful, and I cannot even start to begin to tell them story, because I'm such a little part of that story. This is a video like it's bigger than me, because I really wanted to take a time to talk about like this historic moment And I have thought about it, and I was like, I want to write a book about this. I want to write a book about that, but I'm still very hesitant if I should talk about like that moment back in the 80s, or if I should talk about today, because those pioneers, they have grandkids today who do the same, who I've actually met. I have met groups here in Brussels, but you also have like in France, in the UK, you have people who are literally grandkids of that movement. And I don't know. I'm like a bit kind of hesitant. So yeah, I have few ideas. It's not born yet. It's not. I haven't done it yet, so I cannot really speak about it. So it will take years to come into fruition. I still have things to do in the meantime, but I'm definitely putting this out there in the universe, and I hope that I will be able to make a book about this and to speak about this. There is an excellent documentary, Paris is Burning, also about this. It must be my duty to make a body of work out of this moment, because they were fighting discrimination, racism, sexism, homophobia. They were, a lot of them were, they died very young because of HIV back then, and AIDS back then in the time. So I want to pay a tribute, if I may say so. But one of the most beautiful tribute that we have today in that concern is definitely RuPaul Drag Race. I mean, come on, like one of the best TV show that we have nowadays is RuPaul Drag Race, which is fun, which is entertaining, which is worldwide. Actually, there is you can watch it in the US, but they have like many versions. They have the UK version, they have the France version now, and I have heard that there's gonna be a Belgian version too. So it's really cool that it's actually expanding. For people who don't know, you don't know RuPaul Drag Race? Oh, come on now. Valentina, you are beautiful. You're a model. Your smile is beautiful. You look like Linda Evangelista. Come on, you don't know those biblical verse? I mean, you have to watch RuPaul Drag Race. I think it's on Netflix, or Loulou, or Disney Plus. They have like more than, I don't know, 14, 15 seasons. It's a show that presents, I think there are like 10 or 12 contestants, I don't remember well, and they are all drag. There's different form of drag. I'm not a specialist, so I can't tell you exactly how it is. I never done drag. I actually dressed up once as a woman, and I went to a nightclub with my friends like that. It was a terrible night. I mean, it was a fun night, but it was a terrible night because I think people just felt like I was a real woman, and well, it was pretty good, it looked pretty cute. But like, I think people felt like, okay, they could ask me to dance with them, and like, oh my god, I had a lot of guys hitting on me that night, and but I also got pushed around because I had a mini skirt and since I have like skinny legs, girls were like looking at me like, I'm like, I'm just trying to have fun tonight. So no, I never did drag. Because anyway, makeup doesn't look good on me. Let's first start there. So I can't put a heavy makeup on my skin It just doesn't like I was not made for that, you know. But no, it's not even the reason why. It's just like it's not my vibe. I mean, I just like watching it. I love watching it. There's a famous nightclub here in Brussels called Chez Maman, and it's run by Maman, who no, actually she retired. She left. She lives now in south of France, and now it's is run by other people. Like I didn't go back in a very long time, but basically it's a drag show, which is so fun. And then it turns as a nightclub. You have mostly pop music, modern pop music. It's nice. It's fun. It's a bit tiny. The club is not that big, so you won't have like 1,000 people in there. In that, it's a very tiny club. But it's fun night overall. It's really fun night. Okay, so RuPaul Drag Race. It's a contest. It's a contest of I think 12 drag who show up, lip sync, show the clothes, do comedy. Best time ever. And you know, a drag, in my sense, if it's my definition, it's something that it's funny, it's something that it's entertaining, but it's also to show also the life of certain LGBTQ community members and how some of them got rejected from family members. Some of them got actually asked, not politely, but kicked out of homes. Some of them, like, they don't have any more relatives because, oh, my son is gay, my son is doing drag or two, and all coming together. It's not giving the good result, if you know what I mean. It's like, yeah, you know, so it's really hard, and it showed that kind of stories. And I think it's actually good because more people understand more about the LGBTQ community today through something that is supposed to be an entertainment, but also shows the backstage. 10 out of 10. Get A+ for this. Honestly, I'm really happy that some people in today's world get to see that. Like, yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very proud of Mama Ru. I love you, Mama Ru. Keep entertaining us. And like, can we just say like how much Mama Ru is beautiful in that dress, in those different gowns, and her wigs, and she's flying. Chef kiss, really beautiful. So yeah, like today I wanted to talk about that. You know, what is your thoughts about it? Do you like RuPaul Drag Race? What do you think about drag? What do you think about the ballroom, the origins, and your thoughts about this? I'm so happy I made a video about this. Yeah, and I will tell you definitely when I make a body of work out of this. So thank you to Crystal LABEIJA and for all the pioneers for her LGBTQ community, my community, my alphabet mafia. I am the most happiest person today at 33 years old because I know that I have a community worldwide that is strong, beautiful, unapologetic. Yes, of course, we have lows and like every human beings, but we are driven. We were for many years put on the side, disrespected, killed for some of them, from some of us, and not anymore. Today we take full advantages of who we are, and we go after what we want and after the world, and we make a full statement, which I'm happy so much about this. And that's what I work towards too. It's like to help kids from LGBTQ community to become their real self through whatever they want to become. And yeah, voila. Thank you so much for today's video. Thank you so much if you have watched all the video. You are real. Please comment, share, like, subscribe. Be with me for the next videos. I love you guys from my heart. Okay. Mwah. That's a big dog that you have, my friend. I'm telling you. I like to have a dog, but not that type of dog. I like all kind of dogs, but this one is huge. No. No. So I am reading. It's backwards, you can't see it. It's Adieu ma honte from this guy, Wissem Belkacem. Adieu ma honte is like goodbye to my shame. He's a former football player. Yeah, so basically what happened is that he kind of knew he was gay when he was a kid, like around 10-11 years old, but at the same time he was very embarrassed. Don't look at my hair, please. Okay, he was embarrassed because he was living south of France and he was not accepted in the 90s. He grew up with 3 sisters, I think, or 4 sisters, and his mother. He's from Tunisia, and his background didn't allow him to be gay, and he had like this love for football, and so he became professional. But at the same time he was always struggling with his sexuality, was always questioning himself. When he would go to his school, he would be embarrassed to be gay, and he didn't want to talk about this because other boys of his age, like around 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 years old, they were all talking about girls, and he was like, oh my god, like I have to hide it. I'm in the middle of it, so I'm not done yet. But I'm so interested to read it. It's so interesting. And for the French speaker, Adieu ma honte from Wissam Belkacem. Very, very good. You should read it. Yeah, but it's good because it actually goes back to what I was saying earlier with Crystal LABEIJA. I'm getting more interested about my community and my LGBTQ community, and I want to read more about them and to understand more of what they go through these days, back then. So yeah. What do you guys think about it? Like, do you guys think that homophobia is still present today? Because I do feel like it's very present. I remember when I was working as a receptionist, my boss was homophobic. He was like, oh my god, I don't want him because he's gay. And it was so heartbreaking because I was maybe 29. Yeah, I was 29 years old. And I needed that money. I was paid, it was a good pay. You know, it was like 1,300 per month. Well, I was like a slave because I was working 6 days out of 7, and literally it was the worst job ever. But yeah, and so my boss was homophobic. It was like the worst. And actually, I had 2 bosses who were homophobic. How lucky was I? How lucky was I? And that's like, and that is my biggest fear, is that if I find a job again, is to have colleagues or boss who are homophobic, and I just don't want that anymore. And this is why I leave my dream to become what I want to become, and to establish a work environment where nobody is racist, nobody is homophobic, nobody is sexist, nobody is nothing like that, you know. Normal people. Good and healthy environment. A good and healthy environment. That's my dream. And I would definitely employ more LGBTQ community, because I know that like the workplaces for us can be hostile and very hard. Yeah. Okay, to actually finish this video, because I said goodbye, but I was not really saying goodbye because I had more stuff to film. Anyway, to say, so basically, you know, to be part of the LGBTQ community is a blessing. I think it has been such a great aspect of my life. And even though, like, as I told you, you know, I had situation where I had homophobic bosses. I got many time called names. I won't say those names because honestly they are not even words that like are I don't know, like even acceptable in a society. And I won't even say the people who say that, like, because there were so many anyhow. But you know, I'm talking for the people who struggle and who feels like, oh my god, like this is my life though. Like I feel like I'm strongly like gay, lesbian, you know, or transgender, anyhow, or bisexual, anyhow, you know, whatever you feel. This is my advice, and it's so good that I'm talking about this in this video titled Crystal LABEIJA. Be yourself, and it goes back to one of the video that I did not too long ago. Be yourself. Like, do not fight and don't become somebody else. Like I remember when I was 20, I was forced out by my best friend, and he went and said to everybody that I was gay. I was 20 years old. I was not ready to come out. It's true that it was like the worst thing ever, but at the same time, I think it's the best gift that he gave me, even though we're not friends anymore today. He's one of the best gifts that he gave me, because it allowed me to be myself, my true self, and I became my real self, and I enjoy being who I am today. And because, you know, what happened is that I was supposed to go to London for my studies, and I planned that I would go to gay clubs and gay bars to look, what is it? You know, it was back in the days, it was in 2009. But still, I would still lie to my family, to my friends, that I'm straight. Because my plan was to get married with a woman and have kids, and you know, oh my god, I don't even know how could I have, like, I don't know, I did imagine that for myself, which was not even acceptable. It's not something that you should do. You should be yourself. You should not marry a woman and knowing that you have feelings for men. Like, you should never do that, because it's gonna be more painful. Like, I have met guys who actually were in that situation and they got divorced, and the woman hate the man. But I understand, like, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, it was not acceptable. It was not as accepted as today, you know? So what do? You hide. But this is my true advice to you, if you're living that today, if you are in your teens, or if you're in your 20s, and even if you're in your 40s or in your 50s and you stumble to my video, please be yourself. Don't shame yourself at all. Okay, here I don't have much light left, so I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'm seeing you guys tomorrow, because what are we doing this month? We are gonna make a video every day, which is so much fun. There's a YouTuber, Lena Situation. She's a French YouTuber, and she does that every day for her vlogs in August. I'm gonna do this for September, I guess. No, I'm just gonna do that every day. And it's true that, like, I'm gonna try to post a video every day from now on. Even if it's 10 minutes and it's about a small subject, at least I wanna be there for my community, who's growing slowly but surely. So don't forget, subscribe, share, comment, be yourself. Mwah. Loulou XO. Love you. See you tomorrow.
Give it to me like